Hello lads, today I think is a good day to start playing the original Shogun Total War. Let us run it then. It's got the fancy launcher. They've worked it into this thing. I got a lot of these. I don't have any of these Warhammer ones though. I'm not that big on Warhammer. I'd like to play Three Kingdoms. I've played that a bit, but I'm not good at it. I started out on Rome. Why is Rome not in here? Rome Remastered. Okay, whatever. I started out on Rome Total War, and yeah, it's being weird. Don't worry about that. It'll fix itself. I think it will when we get into the game. Okay, yeah, so let's just get this base game tested out, and then we'll fuck around. Here's the resolutions I've got set up. That's, I think, like the biggest battle map resolution the game can even do for you. All the other stuff is like all weird-ass resolutions. For some reason the strategy map resolution says it can do my proper resolution. I don't know about that. Weird. Subtitles on, music down to 74, let's say. Bring the quality up, change it to Japanese, okay. I'll bring the unit size up to 120. I don't know if it affects the game that much. Maybe 100 would be better, but we'll do 120. That was in performance, right? Yep. Controls are default at the moment. I may change them. It uses an old style. Sorry that it's up in the corner, by the way. It uses an old style system where you use your numpad and you don't use WASD, you use the arrow keys. And also the most difficult thing about it, I think, is that you left click to select units and then you left click to give orders, so that can be a problem. I don't remember if Medieval Total War is the same. It wasn't all the way. It wasn't until about Empire Total War that they had a up-to-date interface. Oh, here we go. So it says widescreen, full screen. This seems to be a bit strange. Widescreen just puts bars on the top and the bottom. Full screen just gives you the whole screen to work with. To my knowledge, the game has been fixed up so that it works in widescreen, regardless of what you select here. So you just go full screen so you don't get weird bars. There's a strange quirk with dgvoodo. You can, well, not with dgvoodo, with this game. You can get it to fill the screen, but for some reason, it'll only do it if you toggle this. You have to, every time you start the game, you need to go in here and just toggle it up to widescreen, then click full screen, and then it should fill the screen out once you start playing. Throne Room starts off disabled for some reason, not sure why, but I enabled it. I don't know much about it. And then there's a map editor, you don't need to worry about that. The game creates battle log files. It also did this in Medieval Total War 1, where it actually tracks the stats of every individual soldier, not for any good reason, but it was kind of fascinating to look at. Let me move my mic, sorry. Just a tad. Okay. Yeah, after battles, it creates a log file with like every individual soldier's stats. It's crazy. It's really cool. I'm sad that they never carried it on into the later games after Medieval Total War. So that's all that. Now we'll just run a test to demonstrate things. I should be able to just set up from last battle and accept. So I've got dgvoodo doing stuff, so that's why it's in a window right now, and it should expand once we get going. No, it didn't. Do I have it set up correctly? Well, that's a problem. Yeah, this is real touchy, this game. Let's try this. Where the fuck? Why is it in game? I don't know, it's weird. So if you do widescreen and then try this, what will happen, I wonder. So now it's staying full screen, you see? That's weird. But you've got these huge ass bars here, right? You don't want these huge bars. So what we'll do is we'll get out of here. I hope I can get this consistent. Now we'll go options, game, and then click full screen. And now we'll try a custard battle. And hopefully it should be fine. I pray to God it's fine. There we go, and now it's fine. And now you can see we don't have bars, right? And everything's fine. This should be widescreen supported. It shouldn't be stretched, to my knowledge. Now, I didn't like the camera. You press enter to deselect. I don't like the camera as it is in the game, in the stock game. So you're using arrows to move around. And you use slash and multiplier to go up and down, and you tilt with plus and minus. And you can also free look by holding down right click like that. I tried playing with this camera and I really didn't like how limited it was. So what I did was I did some hacker man shit and modified that. So I'll go into that. So hopefully we can get this consistent. I really hope so. You can't alt tab out in the middle of a battle or it'll go windowed mode again. But you can in the campaign map. You just go into the menu and it should full screen itself again. Yeah, so there's a lot to go over. Now excuse me one moment while I load up my cheat engine. Okay, I've loaded up the cheat engine. This is the first thing we're going to be doing. Actually no, I'll go over dgvoodo first. So here's the settings supposedly which can make it work the way I have it working. Maybe there's something better we can do that makes it not fucked up all the time. I have it on windowed. The people say put it full screen, but I put it windowed and stretched. And then you go into DirectX and I set the VRAM to 512. I don't know if it makes a difference. I put the proper resolution here. I don't know. So that might help sometimes. I turned off application controlled full screen windowed state. And you have to have fast memory access on. The game thrashes the VRAM, I think, to render like mini-maps and stuff. So you're going to want fast memory access, otherwise it's going to be slow, I think. Apparently you have to do more stuff. You right click and go show all sections, and then you go to general extended. And I clicked these. I don't know if you have to or what. I don't know what they do. I set FPS to 60 just because I'm recording. Where was the thing that they wanted? Oh yeah, you have to set the resampling to Langsos 3, apparently. That's what they say. And the reason I did that is because there's a mouse glitch where the units won't move properly if you don't do this, apparently. dgvoodo fixes a mouse input bug, which seems to be specific to Nvidia cards. And it was a problem at the time, and somehow it still is a problem even today, that Nvidia graphics cards sometimes get a mouse glitch. And you have to do this, and then your mouse will work properly. I don't know, it's weird. I don't know if I did much else. Don't think so. So that's fine. And you also make sure you put it in. You put the x86 from dgvoodo 2, chuck it into, into Total War Shogun 1 Gold in Steam. You just paste it in there. You have to do that to make it work. And that's fine. And then you can just OK that shit and you're good. Make sure to untick the overlay, the dgvoodo overlay or whatever, if you don't want to see it. Okay, I've loaded up a cheat table that I made. It took me a couple of afternoons, I think 2 or 3 afternoons to get this going. I literally went through the assembly code for the game, and I didn't save my numbers. That's how I can remember them. Yeah, I literally spent 3 afternoons going through the assembly code of this game to figure out what was limiting the camera, and I ended up discovering how to fix it. Okay. I don't have these bit types set correctly, so the numbers are weird. These bit types are not correct, but they still work. They just give weird looking values. Okay, so So once I've loaded my cheat table, which I'll obviously share, and you have to link to process, shogun.exe, whatever, you open the game, you link to the process, you load the cheat table, and then with the game running, I think, what you do, so you got to set these active. This limits the upper camera heights. Set those active. That means we now control them. The game's not allowed to override them. You also set, this is the lower height limit, you set these active, so we control them and they won't get changed back to defaults, and these are the tilt limits. Yeah, there was 2 entries for every camera limiter, because there's a hard limit and a soft limit. The hard limit stops you immediately, soft limit rebounds you back. But they were both set the same, I think, anyway. You can see they're all set the same, so it was like a feature they didn't actually use, whatever. Now, it's weird. So the default is -1000. If we want to double our camera height, set it to -2000. I didn't update the... It would make more sense if I was using the right bit type, but I don't want to mess around with it. I don't feel like messing around with it. So here we've doubled the camera height limit. You can set it much higher, I think. And this is the lower limit. So it's a -500 by default. You can go to -100, and that'll let you go lower, very close to the ground. You don't want to set it too low, or you'll go through the ground. That seems to work fine. And then, because you're up higher, you need to be able to tilt your camera down more, right? So I've noted here that the maximum you can have without getting glitches, well, you do get glitches, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can set it to 1400. You'll notice it glitches out a little bit, but it doesn't affect things that badly. So we're going from 1024 to 1400 on that. And now that's done. The game has been hacker-manned. I also found a few extra things that are just nice to see. This is the camera height reading in. These addresses track your map position at Y and X. This is tilt again. This is a tilt output. This is a rotation, camera rotation. You don't need to mess with that. Okay, so now we should be able to do a custard battle again and demo my camera that I hacked. It's not, yeah, I don't know, man, how do you get it to fucking fill the screen consistently? Let me go back and, before I fuck around, let me see if I can get this fixed. Yeah, this is some dgvoodo stuff. I don't know what to do about it, but let's just try this. Widescreen, then full screen, and then go back. Yeah, there's a bit of an intro to this series. This old game, I figured might as well explain how you run it. And yeah, I don't know, man. It's fixed now. It's fixed. So anyway, let us just go into battle. Now, here, watch this shit. So you can tilt more, right? Or can you? I think you can. Are we tilting more? Better be. Oh, I need to sneeze. I think we're tilted more. I don't know. But anyway, so now we go down. We can go down all the way to the ground. You see that? How cool is that? This is amazing, right? I was so happy when I did this, because I'm pretty sure I'm the only person who's been able to do this, and so I was like the first person to see this shit. All I wanted was to fix the camera, but then when I finally got it going, I was like, holy shit, no one else has done this. I also did this for Medieval Total War. The engine was similar, the assembly code was similar, so it didn't take long to fix. It took like just an afternoon or whatever. So I also have a hack for Medieval Total War Classic on Steam. I haven't tried it on anything except Steam. I don't even know if it works properly. I hope it does. We'll try it. We'll have to do that. And you can go up higher. So here, now you've got something more classic, right? More playable. And you can tilt down a bit more. And so if you couldn't tilt down more, it would be terrible, right? But because you can tilt a bit more as well, you can fucking still play the game. You can be up here, up in the clouds, and see your dudes. You can't group select. Now, there used to be a mouse glitch where when I moved this, the icon would flicker. That's an Nvidia thing, which you fix with dgvoodo, right? but you also kind of want it anyway running so you can get windowed mode, even though it's shit. Now you left click and drag. Yeah, it's all working. It's all working. And then you left click and drag. It seems to all be working. So my camera mod, I was really worried because when I got the mouse glitch, I was like, wait, I don't remember this. Was my cheat engine like ruining the game? So I went back and redid everything. But it turns out I upgraded my graphics card from I think an AMD, yeah, from an AMD to Nvidia, and then yeah, we got this new glitch because for an Nvidia graphics cards, which AMD graphics cards don't have. It's weird. One time I bought an AMD video card to play Falcon BMS or Free Falcon, I can't remember which one. Back when you could pick one up for like $50. I bought a little mini graphics card just so I could play Free Falcon because it for some reason wasn't working with Nvidia cards. It seems we have the same thing happening here, but we fixed it anyway. So it works. My hacked camera works. I'm a genius, basically. No need to thank me. Alright, now... So that's that. Okay, yeah, that's everything, right? Yeah, I just gotta get my head around this fucking, how do you get this? So what if we play again now? It should still full screen. It should still full screen. I need to get my head around how this works. It's full screening. I think the deal is when you alt-tab out, right? So you alt-tab out. That fucks it. You can't do that. Don't do that. Because now we're like stuck in little window again. I mean, it's playable. It's playable, but you're stuck in little window. I need to sneeze. Oh god, am I gonna sneeze like fucking 10 times or something? I hate that. Okay. Okay, and so... and now we go custom battle. I need to be thorough here. What happens? Now it works. I don't know, I didn't touch anything. I don't know. It's just sometimes it works. I don't know. It's old game. Alright, so now campaign map. Campaign map's different. So you can't alt tab the battles. You'll fuck it, right? Campaign map different. Whatever. You just start a test game. Shut up. At least the cutscene goes full screen. Okay, we're in full screen, right? We're in full screen. You alt tab, it fucks it. Yeah, it fucks it, right? But you press ESC. You go resume game. Fixed. So that's not so bad. You can alt tab in the strategic menu, no problem. Now there might be some dgvoodo settings that fixes all this bullshit. I don't know, but this works good enough, right? Can we do a battle? And test the battle. Kill. Uh-oh. Let's just test a battle and hope it works. Because if it doesn't, then I'm fucked. I don't know what to do. It works. Okay, it works. But if we, once again, like I said, we alt tab out of this, it'll fuck it. So I'm going to have to save before every battle. And make sure that I only alt tab in the campaign menu. I don't know. Okay. Yeah. Cool. No group selection. That's going to be funny. Left click to select, left click to move. Ooh. That was like Command and Conquer's original setup, wasn't it? Until they embraced sanity. Camera's still fixed, right? Camera still works. Look at that shit, man. This is first time seeing this shit, guys. Nobody's seen this before. Bloody amazing. I mean, okay, it looks terrible. It looks terrible because they're sprites, but it's amazing. Bloody amazing. It even doesn't draw them up too close. It makes them conveniently disappear, so they don't fill up the camera. That's just, I'm so happy. So happy. Alright. We lose. We get slaughtered. Good. Alright. Okay, that's explaining. That's the game. That's the game. Intro. No, it's not. It's not the, it is. No, it's, let's just have a look at the manual. Nothing crazy here. It's just story, full of story. I didn't read it. I don't have the attention span. There's a lot of story. It's 63-page manual. This probably explains like all of Japan. Fucking hell. Looks nice and crispy. All right, we do need to read this. I'm probably going to be the Hojos, the Triforce boys. I don't know, because I played them in Shogun too. So, I don't know, I think they're a good start. I don't know, no idea. Nothing too interesting here. They don't have, I don't think they have, like, faction stats. Maybe they do. I don't know, it's not here. Yep. Good for them. And then there's more story. They did just crammed story in here. They even said at some point, all this history might have seemed a bit long-winded. Yeah, no kidding. Curiously, it mentions Sun Tzu. Yeah, so even with Shogun 1, it seems they were inspired by Sun Tzu. Not surprising, I guess. But I thought that they started that in Rome Total War, but no. They bring him up here, so they probably would have been inspired by him to make this as well. It talks about the weapons, the tic-tacs. So yeah, you get guns. It's fucking sweet, even in medieval. Sweet, man. The ranked fire works better in medieval than it ever worked in any other Total War. This is important. This is the formations. They name the formations weird shit that I don't know. Can GPT fucking do this for me? I'll give that to GPT. Hopefully she can fucking remember this shit for me.
Shogun Total War Manual.
Yeah, okay. Can you briefly explain each of the formations so that we can talk about them later? Because I've got a clearer image memory, so I need to make her say this shit.
Ganko, flexible, shifts into a defensive arrow. Joran, blunt arrowhead, use when outnumbered. Hone, keyhole trap, lures enemy into center. Hoshi, attack arrow, focuses pressure. Kakyoku, crane wing, adapts to flanks and flow.
I hope these are...
Koyaku, split vanguard, absorbs attack, then adapts.
Okay, well, yeah, she knows her shit, doesn't she? But, yeah, I don't know, man. Hopefully we can figure that shit out. Now that it's loaded into our memory, we can ask her later, like, what the fuck is this formation? Units, same old shit as Shogun 2, really. Samurai and peasants, basically. No Daichi Samurai, what's that? Large two-handed sword. Oh yeah, Daichi. Double two-handed? I don't know. I think it means double-handed. Double. So, and then the arquebusi arrives at some point in the game, just like in Shogun 2. You got your Yaris. Ashigari, that's it. Ashigari is peasant, right? I don't know, is it? And the game is Shogun Gold, so it is bundled with the what we now call DLC, but back then was called an expansion pack, I think, called Mongol Invasion, which you may be shocked to learn is about the Mongols invading Japan, I think. I don't know, I've never played it. So it talks about sieges, castles, back into history again. Shitload of history. I would have loved this as a kid. Taisho must be general, I guess. So you can send emissaries for diplomacy. You can send ninjas for assassination and spying. Shinobi is also spy. Geisha, what the fuck does Geisha do? She does that stuff as well. Diplomacy, spying, assassin. That's confusing. That's a bit confusing. And you also got priests. There's going to be a religion system. What the fuck? Hold on. So we know what the general is, but why is there emissary and ninja and other things? I'm confused. Ninja obviously are assassins. I think in these older games you can actually assassinate your own dudes if they annoy you. I thought that was brilliant. I know you can do it in medieval. Probably can do it in this game. At some point I think they stopped doing it for some reason, just because maybe it's too OP. Shinobi is dedicated spy. But what's Geisha? What's Geisha about? Did they just like decide to put it in? She can spy specifically on another daimyo, another emperor. She can do nothing about it other than having it assassinated by a ninja of his own. What does that mean? I don't get it. And priests, they spread the religion. They spread the Jesus. Okay. Provinces, yeah, same old shit. Shouldn't be too surprising. You get disasters. Watchtowers will let you see adjacent provinces. I forgot about all that. There's revolts, peasants, Ronins. I don't know Ronins, what they do. At some point, yeah, there's also the Ikis, which are like the warrior monks. I think they must control like religion uprisings. I don't know. You have to decide what religion you're going to go with. You can be a Christ fag, or you can be a something else. I don't know, Shinto. I don't know. I think maybe there's also Buddhism. I don't know. Castles. Osaka Castle is the big one. I think Osaka might have been the old capital. No, it was Kyoto, right? I don't know. Osaka must just have been where someone important was. The buildings. We will learn those as we go along, no problem. Nothing too complicated. What is this? 3 samurai campaigns? There's 3 campaigns. That's interesting. I thought there was like 2. I thought there was the main one, and then there was the Mongol one, but apparently there's another one. I don't know. Yeah, and the arquebusi will be a key factor. I got OBS on my phone now, so I can see if I'm recording without alt-tabbing. How cool is that? It doesn't have my stats, though. It doesn't tell me if I'm dropping them frames or not. I think it will say I'm dropping frames. I can check here. No, by a miracle, now I'm not dropping frames. I don't get it. Maybe it's because I stopped my encoding. I don't know. History. Lots of history. Who's Yamazaki? I don't know. You can find out, though. Tokugawa. I think he's the big boy, right? He's the one that finally did something. I don't know. Sekigahara? Wait, Tokugawa went from then until 1600. I can't press Q. A gamma keyboard so I can set up a dedicated mute button. So Sekigahara was a decisive battle of over 100 years of warfare. That's like spoilers. Japan spoilers. Okay, and then we've got even the Mongols. They've added the Mongols in. Benedict the Pole talking about the Mongols. He says they're the Tartars. I don't know, man. Who knows? Who even were the Tartars? China. Fucking the Mongols invaded China, obviously. I don't know if we'll be seeing China. I don't think so. That would be crazy. I doubt it. Fucking Kublai Khan. I don't know who he was. Fucking the poem. The famous poem. Something about Xanadu. I don't know. I don't know about these things. All I know is someone made a song about it. The kamikaze. So, I'm sure most of you know, kamikaze means divine wind. And it refers to the Mongol invasion, which failed because of divine wind. I don't know, hurricane or some shit. It destroyed the invading fleet. And that's where the kamikaze comes from. And it's like, what if there was no kamikaze? Then what? I don't know. So many questions, guys. Okay, that's everything. And then there's the Mongol units, just Mongol, same old shit. Thunder bombers, people throwing grenades. That's interesting. I loved the grenades in medieval Total War. You could have dudes throw grenades. Very short range. Very devastating. Yeah, it's talking about the grenades. And there's your license. And, yeah, warranty. I think it might be expired. That's that. We don't need any more of that. Hopefully Mrs. GPT has memorized it for me. Okay, well, fuck. Next... Now I will start the game. After a break.